So honestly, let's talk about this. You have your child, you've tried to sign up into a Quran program, Quran classes for many years, online classes, on-site classes, maybe in-person classes. But for those many years, your child is still not able to recite the Quran themselves. They're not taking this seriously, they're bored, they're distracted, or they even refusing to do it. Assalamu alaikum, this is Imam Maaher Academy. Today, inshallah, I want to give you 4 things you can do for your child that's really unmotivated to learn to recite the Quran, or for your child that doesn't see any importance or any significance in learning to connect with the Quran and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The first thing you need to do as a parent, we all go through this stage when we're young. We have the stage of hesitancy when we don't want to do things unless it comes from our heart. So you as a parent, you need to see it from their eyes. So just put yourself back to those stage of years when you are like them. Your child is living in the West, they live in the UK, in Canada. The pressure from the society is more than what you even experience if you're not actually born and raised in that society. So the kids have more pressure not to learn the Quran than many of us. We born in Africa, in other countries, where Islam is the dominant religion. So we're able to actually connect to the Quran as a cultural thing. So you need to see the Quran learning from their own eyes. Even though we live in the society where Quran is being taught and everyone's learning to read it, is it something that you even love to do when you're very young? So see the Quran learning from their eyes. So put yourself in the shoes of your child and feel the way you feel when you're young and feel that for them. And so meaning it's not having you yell at your child and say, you must do it. It's about you now having to put them in your shoes and see their scene with their own lens as well. And maybe the class is hard. It might be that is the reason. Or maybe in the class that they're actually attending, you are actually judging them with all the student. I remember there was a time I was having to enroll a student to a program, and this dad was actually bashing the child for not getting to recite the Quran himself, despite many years of them putting him in schools to learn. So you trying to bash a child or trying to yell at them or trying to compare them to other people will not really help you to get them to love to learn the Quran and connect with Islam. Or maybe they just do not see how the Quran fits into their world. These are some of the issues the kids are facing. It's not about them not wanting to learn it. They're not seeing what benefit the Quran is going to bring to their life. And some of these kids are disconnected from the reality and importance of the Quran. So we don't want to start with punishment. We don't want to start with harsh treatment. We want to start with understanding and trying to put them, see through their eyes. And that's also I mentioned that خَيْرُكُمْ مَنْ تَعَلَّمَ الْقُرْآنَ وَعَلَّمَهُ, that the best among you are those who learn the Quran and teach the Quran. So these are some of the kind of words you can start with. But most importantly, you need to see from their eyes as well and actually put them in front of you and see how they think. This is what you need to do first as a parent. And once you see the challenge they're facing, maybe they are not able to connect Quran into their real world, or maybe you're actually judging them, with other people, or they feel the Quran is too hard, so you can come in and know what to really help them with. You see, what we don't know as parents is that the kids have their own mindset. We all have our mindsets when we're growing up, and we want something that our parents do not even want us to do. But we end up doing them, right? Or we couldn't do them. So we have this battle, which is the second point I want to actually talk about, is that remove the pressure, build curiosity, and stop the power struggle. You need to remove, the pressure from them. You need to build more curiosity in your kids to connect, and you need to stop the power struggle. It's not about you saying, you have to do this right now. If you listen to some of my videos I've had before, the Rasulullah when he was trying to admonish Abdullah ibn Abbas, he told him, Ya ghulam, inni u'allimuka kalimat. Oh, young boy, I'm going to teach you some words. He's trying to train him and teach him about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But the way he actually started, it's amazing, it's beautiful. You must do this right now. Then you now saying, oh, let's try to do this right now. Muhammad, Khalid, what do you think? Let's try to listen to this ayah together to understand the meaning of this. And this means you have to actually have time to talk to them. Not you working all the day and you don't have time to chat with your child for 10 minutes about the Quran or about Islam or about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You have to put yourself down to your shoes and you have to stop the power struggle. Make it costly. The time, 10, 15 minutes you want to have with them, make it a costly time with them. Sit together, no stress, no bullying, no blame game, right? Keep it short, 5 to 10 minutes, no big lessons. Just listen together to the Quran and talk about it together and tell him or her what you feel about listening to the Quran and ask them the same question as well. How do you feel about listening to this? Wow, how amazing that you can be able to read this way. What do you think about that? These are the ways you can actually help to build more curiosity in your child so they love the Quran and you stop the power struggle with them. The third advice I want to give you as parents is that lead by example. A lot of parents want the kids to memorize the Quran. They want the kids to be fluent in Quran recitation. But guess what? You yourself is not actually taking any step, an inch of step to actually get to learn to recite yourself. Or you don't even actually try to read the Quran at all. But you want to try to read and learn to recite the Quran. It's not about the goal, it's about you as well. Your child actually look after you more than what they look after other people outside. So you need to actually, kids mirror what they see. You need to have them mirror what they see in you. So if it's you that you pray your salah on time, you're actually getting to recite the Quran. You're having family time, you take Quran at a very high esteem level in the household, then for sure, inshallah, your child will also love to recite the Quran. So you need to start first. Effort, the struggle of getting our kids to learn to recite the Quran, to connect to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is not something that comes with ease. A lot of parents just think about, oh, I'm going to put my child in a madrasa online with Imam Muhammad or with someone else. They're going to teach my child how to recite the Quran. But you forget about yourself. You forget about your role you need to play as a parent, as a mom, most importantly. Mom, I'm directing this talk to you all. You need to leave the examples. The dad sometimes do not stay home more as the mom. So you need to actually want to practice what you want to try to practice as well. So your love for the Quran is contagious. Your child will love it the way you love it. So parents, moms, dad, you need to actually lead by example and create family time to recite the Quran. When you're having your child learn it alone without you getting time to talk about the Quran, it's really going to be hard. They will not see any benefits in them doing that because they don't even see you practicing that in your life either. So they'll see no reason why they'll have to devote their time to do that as well. So parents, the next thing I want to talk about, which is the step that you can have to do right now to reactivate the interest of Quran learning and memorization or teaching in the heart of your child at your home, you need to find the right support. You need to find the right program to have your child to learn to recite the Quran, or you need to create the best time and the right approach to teach your child if you want to do that yourself. And a lot of parents are busy these days. The internet has made things a lot more faster. It makes a lot more things much better, much easier. You don't have to go far away. You don't have to walk miles and kilometers. Right at the comfort of your home, you can learn to recite the Quran in the next 4 months, or your child can learn to do that. So if you right now can recite the Quran, and it's the passion that you want, and you want your child to get the same goal achieved. It might take you 20 years, it might take you 5 years in your own time. I can tell you, I can guarantee that your child will take a lesson in that with the amazing approach that we use in the program here. I just kind of give you a bit about how the program works. So we have, it's called the Accelerated Quran System. The kids get support. They have a community of students like themselves doing the Quran reading, learning, and tajweed together at the same time. They have quizzes and games to engage themselves at the end of the session. They have homework to practice on their own. So this is a time for you to actually check with your kids and say, okay, you have the homework from school. Let's try to read the Quran together. This is an avenue to actually participate. Though you might not be involved all time in teaching the Quran with us, you will have time, 5-10 minutes weekly to check the homework. And this is something that could be as a family time you can have together to read the ayah your child is given as homework. So you need to find the right environment, the right support system. A lot of parents make this mistake. They want to have the kids to learn the Quran, but they're actually shopping for the price of the program. Instead of them looking for a quality program that can give the kids motivation, that can help the kids to build the right habits to learn, that can help the kids to learn the right curriculum and learn correctly from the beginning. A lot of parents are not looking into that. They're actually looking into how much will it cost me to get my kids to learn to recite the Quran. Parents, chill. Quran is not a commodity. I see a lot of parents who say, how much does it cost? What's the price of the program? You need to actually reverse your mindset about Quran learning. You're not paying the teacher. You're actually just investing in the time of the teacher that's teaching your child Quran. So you don't want to think about it as a price. It's not about you saying, name your price. What's the price of the program? You want to think about, how will my child actually learn to recite the Quran? What do you do to get my child motivated? What do you do to get my child to do this on time? How do you get to make sure my child is able to learn the tajweed on time? These are the right questions that you need to be asking. Not asking about how much it's going to cost me to get my child to be in your program. You've tried many programs in the past. You pay money monthly and it's not working. So this is why a lot of students failed, because the parents are actually not looking for the right support for the kids. So you need to look for the right support, the right environment to have your child to learn. So to get them motivated, to build the right habits, to learn the correct stuff from the beginning, so they're not struggling and taking too long to learn to recite the Quran. So if you're really ready today to get excited and have your child learn to recite the Quran, connect more deeper with the Quran. So to recap the steps I've mentioned just right now today, you need to see it from their eyes. You need to make sure you observe the struggle of your child connection with the Quran from your own eye. So because kids often struggle to connect, they're not able to make sense of what they're learning with the Quran. Also, the second thing I mentioned today is you need to remove the pressure, build the curiosity, and stop the power struggle. Also, you need to lead by example. And fourth, you need to find the right support and the right environment for your child to learn. So your child is motivated, they're able to build the right habit to learn to recite on time. They are also able to what? They're also able to connect and learn the foundation of tajweed on time. So if this makes sense to you, are you ready to get your child excited to learn to recite the Quran? Here's a chance to take action today. So check the link around this video or anywhere around this video to see the link and book a call with me to see how your child can get excited, ready to learn to recite the Quran on their own in the next 4 months, inshallah. I'll see you in the call. Make sure you book the call. The spots are limited. I'll be able to show you the system we use in getting kids motivated, getting them to build the right habit, and learning the basics of tajweed on time so they can learn to read and have the goal achieved in the next 4 months, inshallah. So I'll see you in the call this week, inshallah. Get started. Assalamu alaikum.